So excited to see you again. First, I have a hilarious story that you led into. I came from Oklahoma City. When I bought my Abraham ticket, I feel like I get signs from license plates sometimes. And
it's timing.
All the time.
For sure.
So I'm driving to work, and the license plate in front of me said, "Yeehaw."
And there it is.
And there it is. And so I'm sitting in my seat, and you're talking about how all these things happen and how Esther had so much fun. And I'm having so much fun in my seat. No one even here knows about the license plate that says "Yeehaw." But I knew they would, obviously. So I'm here.
Well, we got what we wanted from you. You can go now.
Well, what I would want from you is, I feel great. Everything's wonderful. I have been lately watching kind of near-death experiences and a little obsessed with the feeling of all of that resistance leaving when someone crosses over and comes back. And I would love to know what that feeling feels like. If you could talk about that feeling of the resistance leaving prior to croaking would be preferable. But I'm just, every time I hear about the love of Source, I can't explain the eagerness for that or the desire for that.
We're going to explain this and you're going to get it. But the reason that we can't give you exactly what you're looking for in terms of understanding that feeling of relief is this. You're going to like this. We were talking earlier about beliefs and how you can't just change a belief all at once. And so your vibrations, as you deliberately think and deliberately therefore accomplish a vibration, it's a gradual thing that is gradual enough that you don't get that enormous feeling of relief. It's like moving up the emotional scale from fear and despair into anger and revenge, into frustration, into a feeling of satisfaction, and then more, all the way to love and appreciation. But it's a graduation, much more than even the emotional words that we're describing. And so it's like getting into a tub of water that's cold, and after a while you adjust to it so you don't notice it so much, or getting into a tub that's too hot, and after a little bit you adjust to it. It's a sort of gradual thing. The reason that the death experience for most people is so extraordinarily sensational in an awesomeness that we can't describe to you is that they've been ornery, disconnected, and then they make their transition where they go straight to pure positive energy, and the feeling of release and relief of all of that resistance in one fell swoop is something that happens for people only at the death experience in that way. Now, it's possible it's possible, it's not likely, but it's possible that you could have something that's bothered you and 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 bothered and bothered and bothered and bothered, and you could get distracted by something and you could feel a sort of euphoria as you change the subject, because that's what we're talking about. But law of attraction will not let you move from one vibrational frequency to another that quickly, only in the death experience. That makes sense to you? So you're just going to have to get used to gradually getting happier.
It has been amazing. And it's like you said, I do almost feel crazy, because when contrast happens, I never really got when I used to listen to you when you say you'll learn the value in the contrast. And I really feel that today. When contrast happens, it's no big deal.
Oh, it's choices. It's more clarity. It's more definition. It's more detail. It's like you learn to be an artist and they only give you two colors, black and white. And then as you get better and better, you introduce more colors to your palette, and then you learn to blend them until there's no ending to what you can do. And the contrast is what gives you more colors on your palette. It's what gives you more things to think about. Life causes you to continue to ask for more. It just does. It must. And when you ask for more than you can let in, you have momentarily feelings of discord when you're really asking for more than you're letting in. But then as you know the process and you know the laws, you reach the place that's never really a big discomfort. In fact, it's when things that felt like trauma and challenges start turning to opportunities and adventure, because you know that there isn't anything that you are not capable of accomplishing. And now in your eagerness, you're just really excited to watch how the universe is going to whip this one into shape on your behalf.
I love it. Thank you so much for what you do.
Yeah.
I really don't mean anything.
Really good. You've got this range of radio stations that you have access to, and they are sucky, suckier, and suckiest. That's the range that you've got. You can't go beyond that. If your reality sucks, don't you want to look somewhere else? And so the more your reality sucks, then maybe the more you're willing to look someplace else. Suspend your awareness of reality that your whole life everybody has been trying to get you to face. It is awareness of what is, and your belief that this is reality. And therefore your belief that since it is reality, it deserves a lot of your attention, if not your undivided attention. That prevents you from moving toward what you've actually already created. You really want to tell a new story. You want to tell the story the way you want it to be, not the way that it is. Most people are just offering lip service. They're saying what they want while they're feeling what they don't have. In fact, they're saying what they want because they're trying to overcome what they don't have. Well, anytime you're trying to overcome what you don't have, you've just activated the vibration of where you are. So the now reality keeps dominating. You could go to bed and you could suspend your momentum, and you could get up in the morning and you could briefly not be aware of that so much, and you could meditate and you could quiet your mind, and you could allow your vibration to rise where your inner being could offer you a suggestion. Your now reality, what you call this manifestation or this now, is old news. It's like gum you've chewed all the flavor out of. It's old news. It's already done. It's really not the present tense. What is the present tense is this vibrational reality. Hard for you to accept that something that you can't see and hear and smell and taste and touch is real, but it is. We know that it is. You've got this vibrational reality. Oh, it's pure positive energy, and it contains everything that you want, even things that you can't even identify that you want, because the components of it are so expansive, and the possibility of the exponential combining of them is more than your mind can even comprehend. This vortex exists on a vibrational level, and it is coded to you through your vibrational association with it. You created it. It will always be yours. It's the other end of your lateral stick. It is for you, and you have got to find some way of allowing your vibration to rise and become equivalent to what's in your vortex in order for you to receive the thoughts that will translate into the abundance that you see. Here's what's tripping all of you up. Your inner being is giving you the answer to everything that you want, but you can't hear it outside of your beliefs. So even though your inner being knows where your fortunes are, knows where to guide you, you can't hear it because you're vibrationally all wadded up in the what is. So when you quiet your mind and you detach and you feel that detachment, and you're there for a little while, a few minutes maybe, and something occurs to you, something feels interesting, like I think I'll get a Slurpee at 7-Eleven, even something that unspiritual. When you follow it, and when you consistently follow it, before long those impulses are going to turn into something tangible enough that you can realize that you were receiving guidance that was guiding you in the best way that you could receive it toward the ideas that will blossom into the things that you are wanting. Just allow yourself to take a nap, go to sleep, change the subject, accept what is, satisfaction with what is. Just do your best to say, well, here it is, and things are working out for me, and I can't see how they're working out for me, but I want to believe that they're working out for me, and maybe they are working out for me. And I do like the idea that there are two ends of the stick, and that all of this uncomfortable experience that I've had has accomplished something. Maybe there is a vibrational reality. It could be that Abraham really knows something about that, and maybe I can find my way to that. And what's my path of least resistance to the state of vibrational beingness that would allow me to be the receiver? You have to find a way to allow yourself to be the receiver. And there's lots of things that you think you wanted. Inheritance would be nice, but my family didn't set me up for that. And the lottery would be nice, but I know the odds too much, and so I'm blocking that. And this could happen, and this could happen, but there are so many other ways through which it can come. You cannot face a reality that doesn't please you and be in that moment allowing the one that does. Your inner being never looks back. Your inner being never looks back. Did you hear it? And did you sort of kind of understand it and believe it? Your inner being never looks back. Now hear this. We have not said this before. What you call now reality is looking back. Because the manifestation has already taken place. That's like cooking the last egg in the kitchen and not doing it well. And there's just not that much you can do about it because you don't have another egg. That was so profound.